Senator Akpoti from Cross River that drove Yahaya Bello from Hilton Hotel. I was informed of everything. And when I got to know, hold on, the meetings was in two folds. He told him to commence my recall. And that he was going to fund it. Of course, monies changed hands that night. The second thing he told him was that he should try and kill me. I didn't make this public, but I wrote to the IG of police. And Akpabio told Yahaya Bello, I am saying nothing about what I've said. He told him that he should make sure that killing me does not happen in Abuja. It should be done here. So it will seem as if it's the people that killed me here. I didn't make that public, but we did notify the security agencies of that. I called on the media houses. I called on This Day, I called on Punch, I called on a number of journalists that I know. I tried to get them publish the information ahead of time. That look, this is the nature of the meeting. They are going to commence my recall. But of course, the print media, if you don't have evidence, they will not be able to put it out. So they said, Natasha, do you have any evidence that your recall is being planned? I said, I don't have any evidence, but I know that the meeting took place and this was what transpired. But you see, 3 days after, the recall started and they called me, oh, you said it. I said, I did tell you that this was going to happen. But what is it now for us? We saw what happened. They came around, deceived our women that there was an empowerment program going on. They told them to come out with their voters card and lined up. They took advantage of our illiteracy. They took advantage of poverty. And to many of you, even those of you who are here, I watched a video of the poor old woman pleading that I should forgive her, that she was good. If you're here, or if her son, whoever it is, tell her I'm not upset. Even if those of you, even if you are here and you actually were cajoled or deceived to sign, I'm not upset with you. Because I know that they will not succeed with that illegal act.
Allahu Akbar.
By the grace of God. You see, the few videos that circulated and pictures were in Ododo's ward and Yahaya Bello's ward. Most parts of Kogi Central, there was no activity. So what did they do? They went into some rooms and assembled a few of them and started filling in the petitions themselves. That was what they did. And I believe INEC has been notified of this. And this actually is another litmus test on INEC to redeem its image. The recall. Should I give you the mic? Should I give you the mic to speak? Should I give you to speak? Please, can you step downstairs? And then you professor. You come to me again, I'll give you the microphone to talk. So like I said, the whole country and the whole world is on INEC. The nature in which the petitions, 250,000, really? 250,000 here in Kogi Central came out in just about how many days? In 2 days? In 2 days, 250,000 people came out to sign petitions for the recall of the most performing senator in Nigeria. This is Nigeria. And we're a country trying to strengthen our institutions. But so far right now, our institutions, when I mean institutions, the judiciary, even the security arms, agencies, and INEC itself, they are not perfect. And when something is not perfect and working optimally, that means there are rooms for some, should I say, misadventures to take place. So we must all fold our arms. We have seen, from my own personal perspective, what I see INEC doing is aiding and guiding the petitioners on how to perfect their illicit acts. The first time the petition was submitted, they didn't have address, phone numbers, and all of that. So INEC went out to guide them on how to submit information that will perfect their petition. And what did they do? The petitioners who were from the other party, the APC, now submitted a letterhead. What's the name of it? Kogi Central Political Frontier. Yes. And the address there was number 4, Oboroke. That address does not exist. And we ran a check on the status of registration of the association, which sponsored my recall, Kogi Central Political Frontier. And the CAC report came negative that that association is not registered. So I'm still waiting. I'm wondering why INEC has not yet made a statement to that effect, or send people down to Oboroke here, which is just 5 minutes away, to ascertain whether that address is real, or have we stooped to the point whereby fictitious non-existing associations and individuals can call for the recall of a senator. Are we in a kangaroo country? No. We should not allow that. So now, I don't know whether the process will be stalled, but we are in court as well. Also, I don't know when they will come down here to verify you, but I will say this. If the time ever comes for the verification of the 250,000 people that signed for my recall, I trust that you will do right. I trust that you will speak, that you did not... What's going on with that car? It's overheating. Can you turn it off? Tell Demi to come out of that car and switch off. Demi, please come out of the car. Look at what's going on. On that day, yes, or whatever it is, I know that if that time ever comes, whereby you will have to face the verification of the signatures, I trust that you will speak your truth. That you gave your mandate to Senator Natasha Akpoti, and you are not ready to lose her as your senator in 2027. And if we decide to continue, we will still win again. Because we know what we want. And we are tired of suffering from bad leadership. We are tired of being impoverished. Of how corrupt the institutions are, and that even the institutions that are trying to resist corruption, how they get punished and intimidated. On the 25th of March, that was just last week Tuesday, was supposed to be the final hearing and decision on my suspension at the Federal High Court. You know, we went to court on the suspension. So the judge, Justice Egwato, was supposed to sit, take all the pleadings and decide, which I believe would have been in our favor. And that means we would have had the suspension quashed, and I would have resumed the duties at the Senate. But what happened? As soon as the judge resumed, he recused himself from the case. What that means is he withdrew from himself from the case. And why was that? The moment the case was assigned to him, the Senate President wrote a petition against the judge. Wrote a petition to the NJC and the DSS. And we all know why. Maybe the judge refused to play game, and that's why they wanted to take him out. But what I got to know, allegedly, is that the night before the Tuesday, which is Monday the 24th, that some threats were made, and that was why the judge recused himself. Allegedly, I heard so. So what does that tell you? Even though we say judiciary is corrupt, there are some good heads in the judiciary. But again, these good people, they get harassed and intimidated to do bad things. In a way, I would say God bless Justice Egwato, even though I wish he did not recuse himself. I wish he had the courage to just sit that day and determine the matter on merit. But God bless him anyway. Our case has been assigned to another judge, forgotten her name, a lady. Justice Nyako. Yes, Justice Nyako. And one more thing I was going to say. Yes. You see, the fact that we have leaders, when a person is appointed to a leadership position or elected to a leadership position, that does not mean that they are absolutely right in every decision they make. I was suspended for 6 months, which is against the Constitution. Nigeria's Constitution does not allow the suspension of elected officers. But again, the Senate says it is guided by its rules. But what does the Senate rule provide for suspension of senators? 14 days. It says maximum 14 days. Today is the 26th day. So who else, between myself and the Senate President, Dr. Akpabio, who is in gross violation of the Senate rules? Is he not himself? You see, here you have those in authority violating the Constitution and playing God through abuse of power. That is what is happening. My suspension, not only is it illegal, because the signatures that were used attached to my suspension were all attendance sheets. They were not signatures that were generated by senators themselves. It was an attendance sheet that they attached to the suspension report. So that suspension itself is saddled with lots of irregularities. And it amounts to gross they themselves, the entire team that sat on it, and the Senate President, that he was a judge in his own cause. All the entire procedure amounts to what they call gross irregularity, gross injustice. And I know that in the fullness of time, God is going to turn around that for our victory. You see, lies may tarry but for a while. Truth will always prevail. But while we wait unto God, because you see, God does things in miraculous ways. God's time is different. I've had to sit back and ask myself, what have I done wrong? Should I have kept quiet, maybe? But then, how much longer will I keep quiet and watch this man stifle me in that place? Probably almost making me invisible, ineffective there. quiet. Especially when I knew that many women are going through the same thing that I went through there. Many of our daughters who are probably even in universities, no matter how intelligent they are, some lecturers will have asked them to sleep with them before. It's our reality and nobody talks about it enough. Even in the banks or the corporate arena, we have some of our wives, our sisters, our mothers, even though they are married. But you know what? I have spoken the pain, silent pains of many women, and I'm proud I did. Because next time, it will be easier for another woman to do so. And hopefully one day, we will have stronger reforms and laws that will protect women in political spaces, in corporate arena, or in schools everywhere. Our women will feel safe, whether they are married or not. So this is a journey not just for myself, but for all Nigerian women. And I'm grateful for your support. I'm grateful for your love. It's not over yet. Let's join hands together and resist. And we appreciate the good deeds she's doing. And we are connected with her in this journey of progress and economic development. And we will continue praying to God for guidance, for strength, and ultimately peace in our lands. Happy Salah. Happy Salah, everyone.